It's me, Jessica Lee. I didn't mean to hit live, but I was gonna go live, so let's just go. Let's go live. I'm gonna shut this curtain because it's so bright. It's at least bright right in front of the window. Let's do another one. Now that light. Oh, that's better. Hi. It's a little better. So Scorpio, I'm so sorry, y'all. I was trying to do this video days ago, and well, as we all know, we're good. I'm just blaming it all on the full moon in Scorpio. Blaming it on I'm living in alignment apparently, but it's heavy, and I'm human too, so I've had to deal with my human life, and that means dealing with other people and situations. So I do apologize sincerely for the delay. I know I was like, hey, I'm going live. Come and meet me. Hey, girl, what's up? Hey, so I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm gonna have to hit you up on Facebook. I'm gonna do a video call and tell me how to say your name right. I don't want to like butcher it. But thanks for joining. What's up, girl? Oh, what a week. What a week. All right, I'm gonna pull up my notes because I've made y'all wait way too long for this. And I laugh because if you've been watching the whole series I've been trying to get out here, I believe the last time I went live, I was seeing how my goal was to get these done like by the first, really just a few days before the first type thing. And I was running behind even then because of dealing with other people's stuff. It's like I'm trying to just chug along in my choo choo here, but mm, anywho, uh, yeah. So it's my guides, and I said it during the video. My guides are like, or by like the first week, which is today. Today's the last day of the first week, and I'm like, oh, I've had some space, mental space for real, to get back on my grind. Thankfully, when my wallet took a hit, I haven't been able to focus on anything, and when my mind's not like peaceful and clear, I mean, whether I want it to or not, there's a block. Like no calls are coming. And it's a pattern. I see it. When I'm too agitated, if I'm not at that restful state, I will not get calls. It's like my guides or the universe were like, no, you need to sort your shit out first, Des, before you go talking to other people. And then, thank God, because my little ass would be like, well, I need to make my money. I was stressed out. Let me just keep going anyway. But Spirit's like, no, clearly, I'll put that on Spirit. So, hey guys, what's up? Hey Mac. Hey Samra. How are y'all? Thanks for joining me. I'm here in Texas. I am a Virgo Sun, Libra rising, and Sagittarius moon, and I am here to do the outlook for May for Scorpio. So as y'all are, I'm sure you're well aware, you guys had the lovely honor of hosting the full moon, and that's bringing about breakthroughs, emotional ones. There's a time to really release. That's setting the stage really. I know we got another full moon at the end of the month, but Spirit's kind of telling me the full moon in Scorpio was like setting the tone for the month, the whole month, which is basically about embracing our own personal truths, looking ourselves in the mirror. I know when I first read the outlooks, I was like, oh, there's going to be a lot of conflicts, and there are conflicts, but I also am realizing these conflicts are triggering an inner conflict with ourselves. Like, how are we going to handle these things, especially patterns where we keep finding ourselves in the same rotten situations, and it's like the same characters. They may look different, they may sound a little different, but it's the same situation, right? And when we keep finding ourselves in those places, it's like, well, what am I doing wrong, right? You gotta ask, what am I doing wrong? Why do I keep ending up back here? And that's where the breakthroughs are coming in this month, this very May. Thank you, the full moon in Scorpio. We know you guys like to dig for the truth, and you're not afraid of the ugly truth. You usually expect the worst of the worst. So that gives us a little bit of armor, I'm hearing, to really be able to face what's not what's not working, what's not healthy. The spirit saying what needs to be cut off. So let's get our armor on, go for it, right? But that was about a week ago now, right? So May 6th, that was just yesterday. It's all about the Pluto retrograde. It was stationed, which means it's basically like if you're doing crunches and you're working out and you work out, you know that moment where you pull up and you just hold that squeeze, you don't move, you just breathe through it. You're actually building up kinetic energy, right? So that's kind of what before a planet goes retrograde, it goes and it holds its spot. Like the forces of nature are pressing on it, so it's creating a pressure before it pops and goes in what we think is reverse. It looks reverse. So it's Pluto again, like more death. Scorpio is associated with death a lot, like the dark side of things. Pluto is literally like the king of hell. You got like, the darkness, the shadows, the gritty stuff. So as it's going retrograde, there's going to be subtle internal shifts, and it's going to be reflecting on the power dynamics and long-term changes, and it's actually leading to actual long-term changes, not when you pick up your New Year's resolution. That's not a long-term change. Most people do. They set out for it to be a long-term change, but in reality, it only lasts for a few weeks. So this Pluto retrograde, powered with that energy from the full Scorpio moon, that's setting the ground and making it fertile for those long-term changes we've been wanting. We really do want it, right? And how bad do you want it, Spirit decide? How bad do you want it? 'Cause some people may not say they want it, but are they showing it? Okay, May 11th, y'all. Mars enters Aries. That's in its home sign. You can count on an energy boost. So if you've been feeling a little I want to say overwhelmed, or like me recently, you just feel freaking exhausted, like you got your ass whooped. Um, that that's understandable. It's gonna get better by 11th. If you have a lot of Scorpio, if you're spirit seeing if you're the balanced Scorpio, definitely. If you are already playing all your roles as you should, you definitely are going to feel this early. So okay, good to know, spirit. But by May 11th, you're going to have a boost in energy, and that's going to be applied for your work and daily routines. Spirit also said, watch out for overdoing it. That energy boost, you may feel like you can run a marathon, but if you're not used to running a marathon, take it easy on yourself. And remind yourself, this doesn't have to get built today. It's getting built. Whatever you have decided this new beginning is for you, or the new way, it's happening. Take it easy on yourself, but don't be a pussy either. May 16th, the new moon in Taurus. This is where we got fresh starts and partnerships. That's excellent for setting intentions with others. And when I say that, Spirit saying setting intentions with them is being transparent, let them know what you want, what you're looking for, and expecting to get the same from them. So it's a good time for having those kind of candid conversations of who wants what and why. And I'm kind of squinting in there because I'm like, so you spirit. I'm like, so you say we should expect the same, and spirit is saying, yeah, we should expect it, and they're acknowledging. I was like, well, is everyone just automatically being honest? I guess that's what I was really kind of questioning. Is everyone just going to be honest? And they're like, okay. The playing board in which these conversations happen do suggest a certain level of integrity and honesty and vulnerability should be present. It doesn't guarantee everyone will play their cards or their hands that way, but that is what is to be expected. All right. So good time for new starts, fresh starts for Scorpio in relationships, especially partnership spirit side. So that could be work, career, love, romance, stuff like that. Basically, where you're having to interact or build bonds with others, build a certain level of trust and camaraderie. May 18th, Venus enters Cancer. This is where our feelings, if you've been dealing with intense emotions, they should start to soften by now, by the 18th. You're going to have a lot of focus on home and family, and I'm seeing like roots going into the ground. So, uh, um, with that, I guess safety, security, and nourishment. And then I look at my notes and nurturing bonds. Okay. And the full moon in my moon sign, I get to host the next one in the moon sign, and I'm the moon sign. The full moon in Sagittarius highlights financial closure and big picture goals. It's a rare blue moon for finality. So again, with the Scorpio, like being about the death, rebirth energy, the Pluto, the hell energy. I get this person. I feel like this is like a karma case almost, if that makes sense. When I say case, I mean like on the game field of life. What we're going through. We're having to reflect on what we built, the results of our past actions, plans, and manifestations. In spirit scene. Let's look back even from just the beginning of the spring. How much of what we said we were going to do did we accomplish? If we didn't accomplish it, why? And then with the emotional intensity of the moons and the Pluto retrograde, there's and the playing field, evidence is going to be like right in our face. It's going to be in our face so much that we can't even hide from our own mistakes. Like me, I wanted to blame so much of my past on other people's actions when, I didn't speak up. I didn't speak up. That's what it came down to. If I would have just spoke up, or even not sat around and accepted certain things, if I would have got up and went somewhere else, I wouldn't have been in certain situations. So I've had to, it didn't feel good, to not be able to blame everyone else all the time. But as we grow, as humans and spirits, we also have to take, when we're looking to blame, we also have to be willing to blame ourselves. And maybe we didn't have all the answers we thought we did. Maybe we didn't know what to anticipate. So I'm doing your oracle cards now, loves. We got Wounded Heart. Okay, I got some cards stuck in my hand. We also have At Peace and Healing. So this may be a very emotional month for you, Scorpio. Wounded Heart, I'm getting feelings of betrayal around there. I mean, it does kind of resemble that Three of Swords energy. But I do feel for you, Scorpios, you've gotten betrayed. You feel betrayed. At Peace and Healing, I'm hearing with this, you're realizing those people, places, and things that have betrayed you, there's no way to come back from. It's kind of like you're realizing it's over, and you're coming to find your own way to accept it. The cards that stuck to my hand, I don't even know what they are. Let's see. Okay, reflections, dreams, and slow down. Spirit's telling me this collective, you've actually covered a really big lesson here, and you should pat yourselves on the back about this, about the fact that you're realizing now that maybe you've been falling in love with potentials. Sorry, that's not high enough. It's kind of like with this reflection and dreams energy. It's like you've had certain plans, ideas, and goals in your head, and this likely involves other people. May not all the time, but other people may be involved in this, and I really feel it does involve other people, maybe even family. But you're realizing just because it sounds good, or you believe in it, or it just seems so right, you maybe want to slow down and make sure that you're living in reality, in the present, and not getting caught up in living in some unrealized future that hasn't happened. I'm trying to hear what Spirit says, and I'm trying to talk. So you're realizing, you can't just jump in with your intentions, even though they're good. You're realizing you need to slow things down before you get too excited or attached. Let's see. Hola. What else do you have here, Spirit? Okay, we got some jumpers. Well, it's always jumpers, right? I'm always doing jumpers. Shame fell out on top of dreams and reflection. It fell out like this. So yeah, you are grieving that. I guess that's Spirit's way of saying confirm. Over slow down. resentments, and I'm hearing you don't really know how to do that. When you're a water sign, right? So when you feel something and it's good, just like when it's bad, you kind of just want to just go right there, and you don't want to. I feel like you don't want to have to slow down when you feel something good, or you see the potential. You want to be able to just go in and try to make it work. You don't want to slow down, and you don't want to. It feels like this restriction. You feel like it's a restriction in a sense. Let me go on. Okay, yeah, the change. Yeah, so you're having to try to adjust to Spirit's kind of like saying, like, we got to try to help you with your perception of it. Because, yeah, it's great. And I used to feel like this too. Like, people are like, oh, you got to play the love game or whatever, the whole bashful eyes. Oh, I didn't really see you. Oh, well, maybe I did. Even that, I don't like doing that shit. Even if I like you, I shouldn't have to play games. If you like me, we shouldn't have to play games. And that's how I used to see it too. Like, let's just do it. Let's just take people at face value and trust that it's good. And if it's not, they should just admit it, but they don't. And then we get caught in those cycles. Oh, okay. So you're having a hard time seeing how being more slowed down and with trusting people at times. And Spirit told me that's not the right word. Y'all don't really trust people. Okay. Um, and allowing people into our sacred spaces. Spirit said, let's use that word. If you sense that they're good, you should be able to invite them in, type thing. But just look at it as another layer of protection, which is something natural for you. You know, you're quick to bite, you're quick to sting. So let's try to pull it back to look at it as instead of jumping into situations and peoples and places and dreams that we are excited about and the potential for, let's remember that we're slowing down to be more cautious and careful to make sure we don't have to use our stinger in the first place. Does that make sense? To make sure we're not, I'm hearing a Jessie Reyes song. I don't know the name of it. She's like, basically she's thinking about how she sets herself for a situation for somebody to hurt her by not speaking up, and then later she cries out, well, why'd you break me? Like, she knew she needed to do something, but she didn't act on it, and now the situation is unfolded to where she can be the victim again, where she's reliving her victim mentality. And through the song, she's basically acknowledging she woke up from that bad spell. She's not doing that no more. She is the toxicity of her own actions. All right, babes, we got a few more spirits telling me we're gonna wrap it up after this because I still have 5 more to do, thanks to my lovely waves of emotions. And the call's not coming, which I'm sure is because I'm in stress. Gloom, babe. Creativity. Hope. And a knowing. Spirit saying with these, yes, you are going through something. It's hard, but for many of you, you're already starting to see the dawn, the light on the other side of the tunnel. You're working through the feelings still. There may still be some anger, resentments, heartache. You're working through it though. You are more in this area here by now, Spirit said. You're getting away from that gloom. You're more of that, okay, something else has got to come. Something else is surely going to be better, but you don't know what it is. Am I clear? Okay, we got another stack. Anger. Acceptance. Protect your feelings, which is kind of what I've already been touching on, right? And then the last card was forgive, and Spirit saying with this forgive card, it's important that you don't hold on to the anger from what you've experienced because it's brought you to what you've learned, and it's also it's a chapter that you've lived through. It's part of your story of life that the powers that be have made just for you. And as you're learning to let go of the feelings and the anger, and just focus on the lesson, you're gonna come out of this in a much better mindset. And Spirit saying something about like a healthier vibration too. Like, you gotta let this go. Spirit saying you gotta let it go. And there's it's not just about the people, places, things. You gotta let go of that anger and the resentment. Look at it as a lesson that you had to learn, and a lesson that's preparing you for something better, so that you're better able to hold on to it and recognize real when you see it. I hope this helps, Scorpio. I'm Jessica Lee. The Secret Psychic. If you'd like a private reading for me, I'm available on Bitwine Psychics under a very similar name, The Secret Psychic, Intuitive Jessica Lee. And I'm usually around the top 10, somewhere in the top 10 there on the first page if you go there. And if you don't mind booking ahead, if you find my rates too expensive there, you can go to my website with the links in my bio here, or you just look up on Linktree, The Secret Psychic. You can book, same day bookings available. Once you book, I will get a notification and I can contact you as soon as I get it to see if you want a sooner appointment. But I do ask everyone books just 3 hours, at least a 3 hour minimum in case I am busy. Either way, all payments are accepted online before the session. That's for the live chat readings. That's phone, text, or social media, or Zoom. And I also do email readings. I also offer pre-recorded video readings. And for new people, anyone who's new to my site, you can get your first half-hour live chat phone reading for $25. So it's half off. So the Linktree or Bitwine, whichever you prefer. All readings are spirit-led. I don't ask questions. I don't need birthdays or names. I'm an energy worker. I hear spirit, and I just use the cards as it's me and spirit's fun way of talking sometimes. But I like to use them for a focus tool. I don't connect with the dead, but if a message comes through my main guides, that sounds like something from your family member, then so be it. But I don't directly dial out that way. Well, I guess that's it. If you want to know more, you're always welcome to email me, message me. The link in my bio to my Linktree, and you can always find ways to contact me through that link. All right, y'all. Hang in there. I know the shutting is like, leave the rotten things behind. Do you. Stay true to you. And trust spirit is leading you to something better. You're walking your sovereignty more and more every day. All right, y'all. I love you. Have a good one. Bye. Let me get the boop. Boop. There it goes.